and welcome to Reef Talk. I'm Scott Anderson, and I'm here with Steve Rotter from RotterTube Reef and CJ from CJ's Aquarium. I was going to say, I've always been scared of feeding for nitrate issues. Are you seeing any nitrate buildups or anything in your tank?
No, actually, until recently, they were undetectable. Until I had that multi-bar, which I ended up losing.
Oh, yeah.
I overfed the tank, an extreme amount. I mean, I was throwing Reef Frenzy in here, 4 days straight.
You can to get that thing to eat.
Yeah, I mean, no, it never ate. I mean, but between the between the New Life Spectrum pellets and that Reef Frenzy, I mean, every day I was throwing something out, putting it in here, trying to get that fish to eat. And it was just building up. I got nitrates after that, but before that, nothing. I was getting 0. Now I am using the pond matrix for my media. I think that helps a lot because I don't have a lot of rock in here for filtration. So I just let the tank takes care of itself. Now I do have algae, of course, so that's sucking it up. It's an eyesore, but it's probably helping my nitrate issues as well.
So then your main form of nitrate export is going to be water changes.
You got it. Water changes and skimming.
Yep.
Yeah, that's best, especially with those smaller tanks like the 45s and under. It's so awesome because you do like a 5-gallon, that's going to take a big chunk out of that. I mean, 5-gallon and a 180, nothing really,
yeah, but he's doing 10% with a 5-gallon. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, think about it. Something else I was mentioning, I don't know if this was actually before we started recording. When you do your water changes, don't go off the number in your tank. It's a 45-gallon tank, okay. But really, it's the water volume you're changing. I only have about 35 gallons of water in here. So when you're calculating how much you're changing, go off of what you really have in there. So I'm probably closer to 15% water changes when I do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. So, I mean, there's so many things in this hobby, man. I really don't do the webcam stuff too much and all that. So a lot of the things are kind of escaping me. But once we're done, I'll probably think of a million things, and I'll probably end up dropping a video or something on it because there's so many topics to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Like you guys talked about sand beds a couple of vids ago.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing at home before you all dropped it. I was like, you know what? It'd be a good idea to tell people about the sand bed because I had an experience with this one being too deep. People argue, hey, deep sand bed or shallow sand bed. Personally, I feel like if you're going to try a deep sand bed, you would have to use live rock is how I feel because I don't think you will ever be able to artificially introduce the life needed to make a deep sand bed work. It's just in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if you can go shallow, I had 40 pounds, I would say, of Fiji pink sand in here. So it was about, I guess, 2 inches, 3 inches in some spots. And I noticed it was really dirty. It was just trapping all kinds of stuff. Even when I purchased that Diamond Spot Goby to clean it, he couldn't really get down through all of it.
Right.
So, removing 20 pounds of sand, I got a thin layer. I mean, when I say an inch is the maximum depth in here, I probably got about 20 pounds in here now. So that fish, when he's digging in there, he's actually hitting the bottom of the tank.
Yeah. I
got just enough for my wrasses to bury themselves, just enough for it to look good aesthetically, but not too much for it to build up anything. I mean, it's clean. It stays clean.
That's a great point, and I agree with that. Everything you said I agree with. And I've got the same Goby as you do. And I was talking to Scott last night about this. And you know what I think I might try is, for various reasons, Patrick, he's removed all his sand. He's got the glass bare bottom now. I think once hopefully he won't, but if I don't have any more sand sifter gobies, I'm thinking about going like some nice black kitchen tile, like a nice marble, and put that in the bottom of the tank. No sand, just like black marble that you would put in your kitchen.
Yeah, it would probably work. Come here, man. The little one's up. There you go.
And it could look really cool.
Everybody. Say hi to everybody, CJ. Yeah, he's pretty much going to be the one that kills the show. But as far as as far as sand beds, hey, I would. You know what? When I look at this, I would think it actually probably would look good bare bottom, but I like my sand requiring
Me too.
fish. You know, my
Me
wrasses to
too,
bury
man.
themselves, and it's I'm not past the point of maybe I'm still new to the hobby. Those guys that go bare bottom, I'm assuming most of those guys have never experienced or have had the chance to experience that
Yeah.
and don't care for it anymore. So
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
I'm a huge sand fan.
I'm definitely gonna be removing my sand bed probably in a year or so, and I'm gonna go a nice black marble or a white marble. The white marble would look more like a sand then. It would really reflect the light well. Does the little guy does he watch the fish?
oh yeah, he loves a fish tank, man.
Yeah.
Hey, his goal in life is to get tall enough to do some damage. That's pretty much it. I mean,
Nice.
at this point, he reaches up and he can get around where the bottom of the sand bed is. I'll give him a napkin and let him wipe off the glass. That's what he thinks he's doing. He's not tall enough to reach my mag float, thank God.
Yeah.
Speaking of mag
you'll
floats,
have scratches all over the place when that happens.
you guys have been putting all these videos up of these different scrapers, the Tunsies and the things. I still haven't made a decision, so I'm still using the good old mag float. But I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if a lot of people do this or not. You see that?
Yeah.
It's a paper towel.
That's a
I
good
take
idea.
a paper towel, I fold it up really thick, and I put it between the mag float and the glass, and it helps it slide better. It cleans the outside of the glass instead of just because the material on the back of that mag float is just like a felt material, which is good, brand new. But imagine that felt getting dirty over time. What are you just smearing stuff all over your tank? So
that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to try that tonight because that's what's happening to mine now. It's smearing stuff. Yeah.
Well, get off the tripod. Okay, here we go. Look at him. That's.
So do you have the mag float with the blade?
What we're gonna do? We're gonna take us off the tripod. I'm just gonna hold my phone. All right, go ahead. Play with the tripod, son. All right, but yeah. So basically, I just take it, wrap it around the float to where I hold it to where the napkin doesn't slide.
Yeah.
And I just move it along. And what that does is also, sometimes you get a water drip that comes down your tank.
Right.
And you get that dried salt creek. It works best when it's dried. It just takes it right off. And the parts that don't take off, I don't spray anything on the tank. I just take my breath and go, put a little moisture on there from your breath, and just wipe it off. And it comes right off.
That's awesome.
That's it, man. So, I mean, it's a weird thing I do, I guess, but.
No, I love it. I'm gonna do that. That's great.
It works. I mean, you go through a lot of napkins. I got my own personal napkin supply, but hey, it's pretty good. Some people use a towel. Look at him trying to go over there. He's trying to reach it. You can't reach it, man. Look at him. Trying to reach reaching out for it. Oh, too bad. Can't reach it. See, I'm gonna have trouble with this tank, man.
Yeah,
but I will tell you that is one good thing about these JBJs. The stand is I would say 40 inches or so. It is a taller stand, so it'll buy you some time from little kids being able to do some damage.
It does. My son used to hide in the tank. He would go in there and just hide in there. It was narrow. I didn't like that, but he loved hiding. No. That was his spot. And he'd close the door.
But that's pretty much what's going on. But I mean, there's a lot of things I'm going to be sharing with you guys on this tank. There's a lot of topics left to talk about, as far as my thoughts on it. Still some reviews I want to do as far as my overall thoughts on the JBJ, because there are some things I don't like, with everything. Everything has pros and cons. And also, a lot of people have questions as far as ordering or where you get coils from. I want to make sure I mention that I don't order anything online. Everything in here is local. I like seeing what I'm getting. I like knowing that everything's healthy. At least starts off healthy from the look of it. And also, there's a video I'm still working on uploading from my LFS. Most of my coils in this tank have only come from one store. So that's another thing. If you find a good reputable place that gives you good product, stick with it. I think mixing and matching from different places too much can also cause trouble for you, because you can get one bad thing and that's it. It's a risk anywhere, but if you find a good place, I say stick with it. So.
Hey, that's a good point. I was actually talking about that today. Just fish related, but still. And I won't buy corals online. I don't buy fish online. I want to see them. And that's a really good point. If you've got a good place, stick with it. That I was just thinking about the same thing today. And as it turns out, I'm thinking, which fish have been the healthiest? And it always goes back to this one reef store that I go to. So that's a really good point, too.
Yeah, definitely, man. But, yeah, I'm telling you, it's a great hobby we in, man. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
But I wish I could really. I'm gonna try my best to focus on this. I do all my recording, editing, and everything on the phone, as you guys know.
Yeah.
So I am limited for the most part. I just picked up a tripod today, so I'm happy about that. That'll help my filming.
That will.
And I have some gel filters as well that I just picked up. I've been playing with. I'm still a little iffy on those. I don't like the unnatural look of things popping too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it's just not the real color. So
Right.
I'm gonna work on that and get you guys some updates. Is there anything specific you guys might want to see on this, or? I'm open to suggestions. You know, sometimes it's hard finding good material.
I know. By the way, you guys, check the description. We're going to have a link to CJ's channel. You got to check out his videos. He does really great work with his tank, and as you can see, the corals. But unfortunately, you can't see the true beauty of these because he's using his phone and the lighting is a little off. But definitely check out his channel because these things really pop. You are really good at what you're doing with these corals, and you know what I'd like to see is exactly what you're doing, but just spend a little more time getting some killer footage of your corals because I like to see how they move. My favorite corals are the one you have. I like a lot of movement and beautiful flow, so I like the hammers. I love the frog spawn. I love the star polyps. And I love the torches, those and the Duncans. Those are my mains. Mainly the torches and the star polyps. I love that flow, and you've got those things just awesome. So that's what I'd like to see is more video. Don't ever be afraid of having too much video of your stuff. There's no such thing. I would love to see more of that.
Hey, I tell you what, ask and you shall receive, man. I'm definitely I'll be happy to do it. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing too much.
No.
Last year I went from dropping maybe a couple updates a month to once January hit, I've already probably put like 6 videos out. So for you all that like a lot of action, I mean, I don't see it slowing down. A lot of times it's hard to update your tank if nothing's changed, but once you get so much stuff in, there's always something to talk about. So
there is. So you might feel sometimes that you're running out of topics, but like you said, there's always something to talk. If you do something, there's a show. You could always talk about something because even if you think it's boring, there's going to be someone out there who finds it and they're going to gain some knowledge from it. Or they might say, my corals don't look like that, and they do a search and they'll see your corals, like, oh, that's what they're supposed to look like. I mean, anything you do can be benefit to anybody, but those just look great.
Yeah, I definitely love euphyllias, man. I love movement, euphyllias. I'm all for that. I will have euphyllias everywhere, but hey, like I said, the flow dictates some corals you can play. So I have spotted a few different SPS that I am going to start kind of dipping and dabbling in. I'm not really an SPS guru. I'm trying to keep things from getting burned and killed and all that stuff. So Priscillipora is not doing good, but hey, some stuff don't make it. The good thing is, one thing I'll tell you, I try to stay positive in everything, man. I have bad stuff happen all the time, and I just tell you guys, as I've told you guys before we start recording, there are no weak minds allowed in this hobby.
Right.
You can't do it. If you're weak, you're gonna bow out. You're gonna tap out the first problem. So keep on pushing. But let's see. I think that's pretty much it for right now. Let me show you guys this thing real quick. This frog spine. I was having problems finding a place for it. I don't know if you can see it.
That's good. Yeah, man.
Yeah. That guy's puffed up huge at the moment, and I'm really digging it. And I'm really wanting this leather core here to grow up to the water line, so that way when I look at the tank, I kind of have this core here and like trees and like stuff kind of swim through. I want the tank to be full, but not a wall.
Right.
Kind of you know, full, but the good full. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what I'm looking for, man. When I get to that point, I'll let you guys know. I'll finally put my face on the camera and say, I made it. You know, I'm here.
Oh, that'd be great.
I know what you're saying, man. I like the minimalistic art look, and that's why I took most of my rock out, as you've seen, and I put the marine pure block in to make up for some difference. But now I'm thinking, you know, I think I think I want a little more rock in there, you know, just to give it more of an art and more of a, exactly what you said, full but not full. You want to make it full but take away from it so the guys still have swimming room, and it looks awesome. Like Scott's tank looks like a really cool cavernous reef that you see if you go scuba diving. Yours is looking the same way. It always amazes me how you guys can stack things just right to make it look like it's full but not full, and that's something that I have a little hard time doing, which is why I went with the minimalistic approach.
Right.
I love both, but how you've got things balanced in there, it looks really nice and full right now.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like Scott's tank too, man. It kind of makes me don't dump the water over, man. It's empty, ain't it? Okay.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you for
Yeah, that's an
coming on
empty
the
cup.
tank.
All right, go ahead. You're fine. Man, I'm telling you, kids. But yeah, I mean, I kind of when I started escaping, man, you know, I went over the rule of thirds and the golden rule and all that stuff, and then once you get past that, you really start looking at tanks and escapes totally different.
Right.
You know, I don't knock anyone. Everyone, hey, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You know, you do what you like.
Right.
But personally, I like tanks looking a certain way, and honestly, if I could escape a million tanks, they would all probably look similar in some way because of that reason. So, different styles and stuff, man. But I would love to have my hands on your tank. I'll tell you, give me my hands on your big tank with those fish.
Yeah.
Hey, you got tons of potential, tons of room, man. Okay, I do have a question for you, Scott. Actually, I know you got that. You got that huge tank. If okay, what are you talking about, man? All right, sorry, I'm getting distracted here.
That's all right. I gotta get on my lap too.
Would you recommend, you know, growing these corals out and starting with the existing rock I have and adding to it, or would you say that's something you should start fresh? You know, in a new tank, as far as all new rock, none of the existing things from this tank besides the coral.
No, I would grow it out and then take the old stuff and move it in. You end up with like a mostly cycled tank that way.
Yeah, but you also kind of bring in some things because there was something. There's one thing that I have been fighting with on this tank, and really, you know, everyone says live rock versus base rock to start off. I have no microfauna in my tank. There's nothing. I never see copepods. I never see, you know, bristle stars, anything. I guess there's a such thing as something being too clean, you know, dipping my corals too much. I've seen tons of copepods and things dying when I dip my corals, which I'm like, you know, yay, victory for me because it's killing stuff, bad and good things, but, you know, probably bad things too. But I'm really fighting with my tank running low on things that I need, you know. So I've tried seeding it. I've tried doing those things. I guess that's one of those things that you can only get with live rock. I don't know. Not sure.
Well, I think over time you'll get it no matter what. I mean, you're 9 months old. I bet when it's 2 years old, you can't stop it.
Right. Well, I tell you what. I guess 3 wrasses will probably cause that problem. They're probably hunting down everything before.
That makes a big difference having those wrasses.
Yeah. So you're probably right there, but yeah. I mean, this is pretty much.
I can tell you the difference. The difference between my display and my sump, as far as pods go, is huge. The refugium has tons. The tank upstairs, not so many.
Okay, so I guess that's one of the big benefits of having a refugium and a sump with a decent size. I can put a refugium on here. I thought about putting it on here just for the sole reason of small nutrient export, which probably will be negligible, but mainly for pods. So I don't know. I may do it.
That could be really good for your wrasses too.
Yeah, maybe you can box up some pods for me and send them, man.
Heck yeah.
That'll work. But yeah, you how I guess I don't know. We kind of hit on a few different things. I don't know if it's something we missed. Do you guys have any other questions? I'm kind of starting to run out of time here with the kids.
Yeah, I'm wrestling them too.
you struck everything awesome, man. I can't think of anything else. I am so glad that you're on the show, and definitely want to have you on many more. I can't wait to see this tank some more. I can't wait to see your videos, and you're going to completely kill it when you get your 180.
Man,
It's going to be awesome.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I will tell you guys, a new video is going to be uploading either tonight or tomorrow.
All right.
I'm going to be giving you guys a full tour of my LFS that I get all these coils from.
Sweet.
So it's going to be a great vid. I took a lot of time to make it, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Keep an eye on keep an eye out for it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Awesome. Well, I guess that'll wrap it up for this show. Everyone, check out CJ's channel on YouTube, and we're going to have the link below, of course. Please check it out.
Yep.
And if you have any questions on corals, he's the man on that. You've got a nano cube, ask him. Just check him out and ask away. He's going to be on other shows. That's it for me. I can't think of anything else. Thanks for watching. Scott, you have anything else to add?
No, just thanks for watching. This was a fun one. A little different from camera stuff, so I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I learned a lot, and I love those corals, dude. I'm glad you could be on the show.
Hey, I'm glad. Hey, thank you guys for allowing me to join you. It's a great series you all have going on. I've been watching, and I'm gonna look forward to the next person you have on here as well. And thanks for the shout out, man. So, cause I know a lot of your subscribers probably never seen me or heard of me. So, hey, CJ in the flesh, baby.
Thanks for being on.
Yeah, thanks for being on, man. We'll do another one soon, I promise.
Hey, we'll do. All right, hey, you all take it easy.
Cool, man. Have a good weekend.
Okay, all right, later.